A third of your retirement savings already belongs to the IRS. You just don't know it yet. Vanguard studied 5 million retirement savers and found 82% are entirely in pre-tax accounts. That's not a retirement plan. That's a payment plan the government designed and you unknowingly signed up for. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact formula to take that money back. If you're new here, my name is Eric Rodriguez. I'm a certified financial planner and the founder of WealthBuilders LLC. Over the last 20 years, I've helped hundreds of people navigate this exact situation. Good savers, hard workers, people who did everything right, only to discover their retirement had a serious flaw nobody had caught. What I'm sharing with you today is in theory. It's the same framework we use with our clients every single day to make sure they keep more of what they've earned and retire on their terms. This isn't a rare situation. We see this exact profile walk through our door constantly. $1 to $2 million plus, pre-tax accounts, possibly an annuity, and a retirement plan that looks solid on the surface, but has a tax exposure most people never see coming. So let me show you exactly what we typically find, and more importantly, how we fix it. When we sit down with a client in this situation, let's just say hypothetically 55 years old, $1.5 million saved, typically some type of annuity, and mostly everything in pre-tax accounts. 4 things jump off the page immediately. First, every single dollar they've saved is pre-tax. That sounds like a win until you realize that at 73, the IRS forces you to start pulling that money out whether you need it or not. Those required minimum distributions could put you or push you into a higher tax bracket at exactly the wrong time, and you have zero control over it. Second, the annuity. On the surface, it feels like security, but underneath it, it's locking up a significant portion of your wealth with surrender charges, limited flexibility, and returns that aren't keeping pace with what you actually need. Third, zero Roth diversification. No tax-free bucket to pull from in retirement. Every dollar spent in retirement is a taxable event. And fourth, with everything concentrated in pre-tax accounts, you have one bad market stretch early in retirement, it could permanently damage your income with no flexibility to recover. And underneath all of it is the real problem. You've spent 30 years doing everything right, and you still don't feel free. You're not sure you can retire on your terms, travel when you want, or stop worrying about money. That's the trap, and that's exactly what the wealth protection formula is designed to fix. So here's the exact framework we walk our clients through. The wealth protection formula is 5 steps that can completely transform your retirement outlook. Step 1 is a Roth conversion strategy. The first thing we do is run a Roth conversion analysis. Here's how it works. You take a portion of your pre-tax 401k or IRA, and then you convert it to a Roth IRA, paying the taxes now at today's rate instead of later or whatever rate the government decides. For a 55-year-old with 1.5 million, we typically identify anywhere between $50,000 to $75,000 per year that can be converted without pushing into the next tax bracket. That strategic window, done consistently over 10 years, could save a family anywhere from $500,000 to more than $750,000 into a completely tax-free account. No RMDs, no forced distributions, no IRS surprise at 73. The key is knowing exactly how much to convert each year without triggering a higher bracket. And that requires mapping your full income picture first. Step 2 is the annuity review and repositioning. Next, we put the annuity under a microscope. Here's what to look for in your own. Check your surrender schedule first. Most annuities have a 7 to 10 year surrender period with charges as high as 7% plus if you exit early. If you're not past your surrender period, that gives us options. We then look at the internal expense ratio. If you're paying more than 1% annually in fees inside the annuity, you need to ask whether the guarantees justify the cost. In many cases, we'll use a 1035 exchange, a tax-free transfer, to reposition a portion into a lower cost vehicle with better growth potential and more flexibility. You can do the same without triggering a taxable event as long as you use a direct 1035 exchange. Step 3, tax bracket management. This is about being intentional with every dollar of income between now and the day you retire. Here's the practical framework. Pull up your current marginal tax bracket and find the ceiling of that bracket. For most people, on average, that ceiling could be anywhere from 22 to 24%. Your job between now and retirement is to fill that bracket strategically each year through Roth conversions, harvesting gains, or taking distributions without crossing into that next bracket. We call this bracket filling, and it's one of the most powerful and underused tools in retirement planning. So if you look at our hypothetical client, if they had a 10-year window to do this, so if you're 55, you likely have that same window, but it closes faster than you think. Step 4, building a tax-free income bucket. Once the Roth conversion strategy is in motion, we build a dedicated tax-free income bucket with a specific purpose: to give you flexibility in retirement to control your taxable income year by year. Here's why that matters practically. In retirement, you'll have years where you'll need more money. You're going to want to take a vacation. Maybe there's a home repair, a gift to your kids, grandkids, etc. If everything you have is pre-tax, every dollar you pull is a taxable event. But if you have a Roth bucket, you can pull from tax-free in those high spend years and leave your pre-tax accounts alone. We also layer in tax-exempt municipal bond allocation, which can make a lot of sense if you're in a high tax state like California or New York. And we can also leverage a health savings account strategy to maximize every tax-free vehicle available. You see, the goal is at least 30% of your retirement assets in tax-free accounts, hopefully more, but at least 30% in tax-free accounts by the time you retire. When you retire, you want to be able to have options. Think of multiple different water spouts or faucets. When tax rates are high, you want to be able to pull from the tax-free bucket. When tax rates are low, you want to be able to turn that faucet on and pull from your tax-deferred, etc., or taxable. So we really, really, really want to have options when we go into retirement. Okay, step 5. Your retirement income plan and investment optimization. So finally, we pull everything together into a retirement income plan that answers the 3 questions every retiree needs answered. 1, when do you take Social Security? For most people in this situation, delaying to 70 means an additional $800 or more per month for life, a guaranteed 8% increase for every year you wait past full retirement age. 2, which accounts do you pull from first? The sequence matters enormously. Generally, you want to pull from a taxable account first, your pre-tax second, and your Roth last. But your specific situation may vary. 3, is your portfolio built for income or just growth? We reposition investments to create a reliable income floor with a bucket strategy. So short-term cash for years 1 through 2, intermediate bonds for years 3 through 7, and growth assets for everything beyond that. If you retire at 60, 65, etc., we have to assume that you're going to live for 20 plus years. So you are a long-term investor. So we don't want all of our money tied up into money market CDs or bonds. We want to be able to capture the growth, capture that appreciation, capture those dividends, etc., through those assets that are going to produce that capital. The result isn't just a better number on paper, it's a clear, confident roadmap to retire on your terms. So what does this actually look like in practice? So again, take our hypothetical 55-year-old with $1.5 million entirely in pre-tax accounts. Without intervention, they could potentially be looking at losing over $400,000 or more in unnecessary taxes over the course of their retirement. So with the wealth protection formula in place, the Roth conversions, the annuity repositioning, if you have one, the tax bracket management, the tax-free income bucket, and a retirement income plan built around their life, that changes completely. They don't just save money, they get their confidence back. They have a date on the calendar. They know exactly what their retirement looks like, and they're no longer leaving it up to the IRS to decide. And here's the thing, this situation is not unique. You know, again, if you're between 50 and 65 with most of your money in pre-tax accounts, there's a very good chance you have the same exposure. The good news is you still have time to fix it. So here's what I want you to do right now. If you saw yourself in this story today, or if this hypothetical situation really resonated with you, feel free to click the link below this video and schedule a complimentary consultation with me. We'll sit down together, we'll run your numbers, and I'll show you exactly where you stand. No jargon, no pressure, no obligation, just a clear picture of what your retirement actually looks like and what it could look like with the right plan in place. Because you've spent the last 30 years building this, don't let the last mile be the most expensive one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.